Hello there, Mike Grabham here again today. We are working on question 18 of the top 29 questions that keep founders up at night. And what is question number 18? It is, why do startups fail? I love this. I love this one because I've actually done a lot of research on this. So I believe there's four things that really matter. There's many reasons why startups fail, but I think there's really four things that are the critical pieces of this. And I'm going to go in order of not importance. So the fourth thing, and not the most primary thing, but the fourth thing is why startups fails is they get outdone by competitors. They're not, everything is not aligned in their team. They're not doing, it's not like they're not kind of hitting on all cylinders. You'll hear that. And normally their product isn't well defined, and they haven't got enough basically feedback from customers to create a great product where they just have great product market fit. So they basically just get outdone by competitors. And maybe because their cost structure is wrong, or maybe they're priced it too low or too high. Believe me, guys, you can price products too low. People think you can't. You absolutely can price them too low because humans have a price to value concept in their brains that think that if it's low price, it's low value. So be aware of that when you're pricing things. But yeah, so they just get beat by their competition. They just do that, and there's another way to say it. They just get beat by competitors. That's the fourth reason. The third thing is they don't have the right team. I see this again. This happens a lot. I'm going to say, if I remember the stat right, I think 23% of the time I saw a survey done of like why startups fail, and the third most important was they don't have the right team, and about 23% of those companies just didn't make it because they had the wrong team. So it's not having the right team. I mean, you may have great people in certain spots, but they're not meshing, they're not cohesive, they're not on the same page. And what I see, and when I'm working with startups at early stage, and all my clients are early stage companies, right? What I see when I walk into some of these offices is I know when people are not on the same page, man. It's actually pretty easy to tell when you're in meetings and you can start to hear people communicate, and it's obvious to an outsider coming into that. So it's important you have everyone on the same page. Everyone knows the path you're going down. It's okay to have different opinions on how to do that, but they need to be bought in of this is where we're going to go. This is the direction we're going. You may take some left and right along the way, which is totally cool, but you've got to have everybody believing that this is where we want to go. This is why we're doing it. That's the pieces that you really need that culture to be cohesive. So that's the third thing. The second thing is, this is probably, most people think this is the first thing, but it's actually not the first thing. It's people ran out of money. They just ran out of cash. Well, the things you got to do here, I mean, cash is king, cash is critical. If you're bootstrapping it, then it's actually kind of sometimes an advantage versus getting funding, because you create these runways. But when you're bootstrapping, you're making money as you go, and you're basically growing as you have the ability to do that. So there's some definitely solid advantages of bootstrapping. But if you've got to conserve your cash and know that cash is critical. So it's important to have the right people helping you manage the money. And I say that because I've seen a lot of mistakes with just bad management of money, because the founder and or CEO sometimes just doesn't have their head around it, which is okay sometimes. But you really need to be clear on, there needs to be someone that's really managing the money, and it's very clear of what you have in the bank and what you don't have in the bank, and budgets, like creating a simple budget like some people just don't do, which is literally amazing when you're working on, especially when you're working with other people's money. So create budgets, understanding what those mean and how to manage that and how to manage around budgets. So again, many people just haven't done that. So all those things matter, and that's how you run out of money. And last, the most important thing, the thing that most startups fail is the reason the product doesn't match. There is no product market fit. The product doesn't match the customer. They've built this cool thing, and it doesn't have a customer base that's willing to give them either the right amount of money or sometimes any money. So it's really the product market fit is really the biggest problem, and that's about 42% of startups that fail. have had that problem, not running out of money, but because they just didn't have product market fit. So how you get through that is you KYC ABC. Know your customer is the KYC, and always be communicating with those customers is the ABC. So if you're doing KYC ABC, you're probably doing okay. You've got to know your customer, and you always got to be communicating with those people. So that are the top reasons that startup fail. That's it for question number 18, and I will be talking to you soon. Take care.